This video is sponsored by Wondershare. With PDFelement for Mac, you can easily create your own PDF documents and edit your existing PDF files. You can even convert PDF file into various Microsoft Office formats like Word. Also, you can convert the scanned documents into editable files. And of course, you can rotate, delete, and insert pages of PDF documents. PDFelement for Mac is available on Mac App Store. This is my latest Windows 20 concept. In this video, you will discover the story behind this concept. This video consists of 5 parts, and every part tells a different story about how I created this concept. When I started to design Windows 20 concept, there was only one thing on my mind. Design your best concept. So I tried to do my best. The first thing I designed was the taskbar. Every icon you see on the taskbar except some app icons was drawn by me. I used Adobe Illustrator to create the icons. I wanted to make the Start, Search, and Task View buttons dynamic. So when you hover over the icon with the mouse, the monochrome icon dynamically changes to a colored icon. At first, I wasn't sure to align the app icons to the center, and this led me to create another version of taskbar, and I wasn't sure about that version either. Then I created another version, and it kept going. In the end, I said, you know what? Let's make the taskbar customizable. So I used every version of taskbar in the final video. Then it was time to design the Start menu. This is the most important part of this concept, because when you think about Windows, the first thing that comes to mind is the Start menu. I've designed 4 versions of Start menu. This didn't look right. This was too simple. And this one had no tiles. So I've chosen this one to use in the final concept. I could have used these 2 versions and make the Start menu customizable, but I didn't want to make things complicated. And here comes the File Explorer. I've drawn every icon you see on the File Explorer with Adobe Illustrator. I could have downloaded some icons, but to maintain the consistency between icons, I had to create them by myself. Therefore, it took 5 days to complete the design of the File Explorer. Just like when I was designing the Start menu, I've created multiple versions of the File Explorer and picked the best one to use in the final concept. These are the design candidates for the File Explorer. This one has a different layout for tabs, and this one has a similar layout of the current File Explorer. To maintain the consistency between Settings and File Explorer, I didn't use this version. Next, Settings app. Since the beginning, I had the intention to merge Settings and Control Panel. I've chosen Sound Control Panel to use as an example. The first idea was to make the sound control panel as a pop-up window, just like the current situation, and then redesign it with the philosophy of fluent design. Then I changed my mind and put the sound control panel as a new page in the Settings app. Again, I've created every icon you see in the Settings app with Adobe Illustrator. There were lots of icons I had to create. It took days to complete the design of the settings. Since the release of episodes announcement video of Season 3, I had the goal to make this video special. For the first time ever, I've created a 3D room. As far as I know, this type of presentation for a software concept has never been done on YouTube before. The creation of this 3D room has begun before designing the concept. This is the first prototype of the room. It's more squarish and smaller than the final design, but there wasn't enough space to move the camera. Then I started to think about a new plan. This is one of the first sketches of the final plan. And this is how it looks before and after render. These two rooms represent the light and the dark mode of Windows. The creation of this was a really challenging process, but I really enjoyed it. The default wallpaper of this concept, codenamed the Blue Ball. I've created this wallpaper using Adobe Dimension. When I created this image, I was just experimenting the program. I had no intention to create a wallpaper, but I really liked the way it looks, and I said, let's use this as the default wallpaper of the next concept. If there is something harder than design, it is animation. There are hundreds of layers waiting to be animated. I've already showed you how I create the basic animations in previous episodes. I'll only talk about the new techniques I've used. For the first time, I've used 3D animations in After Effects. For example, the opening scene of the video where I show the new customizable taskbar. To create this kind of animation, I added spotlight, camera, and 3D layers. Then I adjusted the values such as position, XYZ rotation, and scale. It's a bit complicated process. After adding the keyframes, I've used Graph Editor to adjust the acceleration of the animation. The animation process took about 5 to 6 days. And it was really challenging compared to my previous works, because the video was longer than usual and there were more layers to animate. The next evolution of Avdan videos. This was the slogan for the Windows 20 concept. I really worked hard to make this slogan real. I hope I've achieved to do this. From designing the UX to creating a 3D room, it was a journey like no other. I've never worked this much hard on a concept before. It was a different experience. This is the story of how I created the Windows 20 concept.